Hey, hi, this is a podcast video. Trust me, I will make you a English fluent speaker. Just stay with me and subscribe to this channel and listen a podcast every day from this channel. I am about to share a simple trick that can completely change the way you learn English. It's something you might be ignoring, but trust me, it's the most important thing you can do to improve your English fast. And the best part, it's easy and you can start doing it right now. That's right, we are talking about listening. Listening is the key to success in learning English. And I am going to show you why and how you can use it to level up your skills. Okay, let's start with a simple question. Do you feel stuck in your English learning? Maybe you have been trying for months or even years, but it feels like you are not making enough progress. I get it, it's frustrating, but here is the good news. Listening is the easiest way to break through that barrier. It helps you improve everything. Your pronunciation, your vocabulary, your understanding, and even your confidence. Let me ask you this. Have you ever tried to speak English and felt nervous because you didn't know if you could understand the person you were talking to? Or maybe you are afraid to making mistakes because you don't know how to say certain words correctly. Well, guess what? Listening helps you with both of those problems. The more you listen, the more you will understand, and the less afraid you will be to speak. It's like practicing for real conversation without any pressure. Think about it. How did you learn your first language? You didn't start with grammar books or writing exercises. You started by listening. You listened to your parents, your friends, the TV, and everything around you. Over time, without even realizing it, you learned how to speak. It's the same with English. Listening is the first step in learning any language. It's where everything starts. So, how can you use listening to improve your English? Well, the first thing you need to do is make it a habit. I'm not saying you have to listen for hours every day. Just 10 or 15 minutes is enough. But you have to do it every day. Just like brushing your teeth, it's something you need to do regularly if you want to see results. The more you listen, the faster you will improve. Now here is something important. You don't need to listen to boring things. In fact, it's better if you don't. If you listen to something that you find interesting, you will stay motivated and actually enjoy the process. Do you like sports? Listen to a sports podcast in English. Are you a fan of cooking? Watch cooking shows in English. Love music? Listen to English songs. The key is to find something you like so listening doesn't feel like work. When you are having fun, you won't even realize you are learning. Let's talk about something that a lot of people worry about: accents. English has so many different accents: American, British, Australian, and even regional accents within each country. Sometimes it can feel really confusing, but here is the trick. The more you listen, the easier it gets. Your brain is amazing at adapting. At first, you might not understand everything, but over time your ear will get used to different accents and you will start understanding more and more. Here is a tip. Don't just stick to one accent. Try listening to a mix of accents. One day listen to an American podcast and the next day watch a British TV show. By doing this, you will train your ear to understand English no matter who's speaking. It's like exercising different muscles, and soon you will find that you can understand anyone, anywhere. Now let's dive a little deeper into the benefit of listening. One of the biggest advantages is that it helps you learn real English. Textbooks are great for listening grammar and rules, but they don't always teach you how people actually speak. When you listen to English, especially in real-life conversation, you learn the way people really talk. You will hear common phrases, idioms, and slang that native speakers use every day. This is the kind of English you won't find in textbooks. For example, have you ever heard someone say it's a piece of cake? If you only read the phrase, you might think they are talking about dessert, but if you hear it in conversation, you will understand that it means something is easy. This is the kind of learning that only happens when you listen to English. Listening also helps you understand tone and emotion. In English, the way we say something is just as important that the words we use. For example, if someone says that great, they could be excited or they could be sarcastic. It all depends on the tone. By listening to real conversation, you will start to pick up on these subtle differences. You will learn how to understand not just the words, but the feelings behind them. Another hug benefit of listening is that it helps you with confidence. When you understand more, you will feel more confident speaking. It's like when you are preparing for an exam. If you know the material, you feel ready. If you don't, you feel nervous. The same goes for English. The more you listen, the more prepared you will feel to have conversation, and the less afraid you will be of making mistakes. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Even native speakers do. Let's talk about another common problem. What if I don't understand everything? Here is the truth. You don't need to. You don't need to understand every single word to get the main idea of what someone is saying. Think about when you watch a movie in your own language. Do you catch every word? Probably not, but you still understand the story. English is the same. Focus on the overall meaning, not each individual word. Your brain is really good at filling in the gaps, and over time you will start to understand more and more without even trying. Here is another tip. If you are watching a TV show or a movie and you are having trouble keeping up, use subtitle. This is not cheating. It's actually a smart way to learn. Turn on the English subtitle and watch. Listening also helps you learn new vocabulary. When you hear a new words in context, it's easier to remember. Let's say you are listening to a podcast and you hear the word procrastinate. Maybe you don't know what it means at first, but by listening to how it's used, you can guess that it means to delay or put something off. This called learning from context, and it's one of the most powerful ways to learn new words. You will also learn how words fit together in sentences, which makes your speaking sound more natural. And don't forget about the real life benefits of listening. If you plan to travel, work, or study in an English-speaking country, strong listening skills are a must. Imagine you are in a meeting and your boss is giving important introductions, or maybe you are ordering food at a restaurant. If you can't understand what people are saying, you will feel lost. But if you have trained your ear by listening to English regularly, you will be ready for anything. So let's sum it all up. Listening to English is one of the best things you can do to improve your language skill. We have an exciting and engaging topic, Listen Up, to help you practice your listening skill. By the way, it's for today. See with you next one.